Welcome to this episode of The Rundown. I'm Hannah Duncan. Today we have coverage of the crazy ending to March Madness, highlights from the NCAA Women's Championship game, and the Miami Open Final in tennis. Also, we bring you MLB opening day action, soccer, hockey, and more. March Madness has been filled with amazing comebacks, buzzer beaters, and upsets. It all came down to Monday night when 2-seed Villanova took on 1-seed UNC in a championship game sure to be remembered. Villanova beat UNC Asheville 86-56 in the first round, Iowa 87-68 in the second round, Miami 92-69 in the Sweet 16, Kansas 64-59 in the Elite 8, and Oklahoma 95-51 in the Final Four to reach the championship game. UNC won against FGCU 83-67, Providence 85-66, Indiana 101-86, Notre Dame 88-74, and Syracuse 83-66. Let's go ahead and look at the highlights from the game. With 12.5 minutes left in the first half, Villanova was up 14-9, but Bryce Johnson makes a statement to bring the Tar Heels to double digits and only down 3, 14-11 to the Wildcats. Later, they will find Johnson again all alone for the basket as the Tar Heels are coming back in this one. Villanova took an early lead, but they were able to come back. Villanova this time, a nice look, but the shot bounces out. Oshefu is there to put it in though, and the Wildcats are again up by 5 halfway through the first. UNC would go on a run, and they had a 7-point lead with under 15 seconds left in the half. Their defense was going strong as they steal it away, but they missed the layup, and Nova gets it back. A long pass to Booth, has time. He has the spin move, and he sinks it at the buzzer to bring the Wildcats within 5 at the end of the first half with the score 39-34. UNC had the lead, and in the second half, UNC wanted to come out with the momentum as Johnson would score again. But with Villanova only down 2, Bridges responds to tie it up at 44. A very close game in this, sure to be exciting. Still tied. Booth with the step back nails the 3 to break the tie. 49-46 Villanova now. Villanova's defense will try to take it away here, but Carolina gets it back, and they get a big 2 to keep them in this game and bring it closer late in the second half. With 9 minutes left and Nova up by 5, Ryan Arcidiacono makes the nice spin move and the shot to give them a 55-48 lead. Still not safe though, as there's still lots of time left in this game. Archie again will sink a triple from the top of the key and give Villanova a 6-point lead. Then Hart takes it to the hoop, but the Tar Heels get it back. Jackson gives it up to Hicks. It doesn't go, but the putback by Johnson brings UNC within 6 with a little over 4 minutes to go in this game. Still, anything could happen. It's anyone's game. Berries will try for a 3. He gets it, and the Tar Heels are right back in it as they're only down 3. 67-64 is the score now. Another 3 for UNC. This time from Page will cut the deficit to 3. Again, a little later with 1.5 minutes to go left in the championship game. Take a timeout here. Villanova's ball. Arcidiacono will overthrow it. He claims it was tipped by North Carolina, but either way, the Tar Heels get it back in what could be a big loss or a big mistake for Villanova. With 30 seconds left to go and Villanova up by 3, Page takes it inside. It rattles out, but they fight for it and they get the putback, and they're only down by 1 with 22.3 seconds left in the game. 72-71 is Villanova's lead. Then down by 3 again with 13.5 seconds left. UNC will inbound it, and Page will make the crazy off-balance 3 to tie the game at 74 with less than 5 seconds left. 4.7 seconds left in this game. UNC was almost out of it, but they just barely would come out with that 3, and the Carolina fans are pumped up. But there's still 5 seconds left in this game. Take another look at the 3 from him, the off-balance 3. What an amazing shot for him. But Villanova will get the ball back, and they're still confident. Arcidiacono will take the ball for Villanova as they get the possession. He passes it to Chris Jenkins. The timer's running out. He goes for 3 at the buzzer, and it goes in. Villanova wins the national championship at the buzzer. They'll check the replay, and he does get it off indeed before the buzzer, and the Villanova Wildcats take down the #1 seed North Carolina Tar Heels 77-74 in what was a very crazy ending to the game. With Villanova's thrilling buzzer beater win, the NCAA men's basketball tournament has officially come to a close, and we'll miss it with the great moments like that, all of the awesome plays and the buzzer beaters. Take one more look at the shot to win it. Right, he got it off right at the buzzer. Just a great game overall and a great win by Villanova. The NCAA women's tourney was also finishing up as the UConn Huskies were looking for a fourth straight national title on Tuesday, and Syracuse was trying to spoil their run. UConn had a 28-13 lead after one quarter and a 50-23 lead at the half. Syracuse came out hot from halftime, though, as they went on a 16-0 run in the third quarter to get back in the game, but that's really all they had. They were limited to only 8 points in the fourth quarter as UConn won big with a final score of 82-51 over Syracuse. Huskies star Brianna Stewart led the way with 24 points, 10 rebounds, and 6 assists, while Morgan Tuck contributed 19 points and Mariah Jefferson added 13. The Huskies capped off another incredible undefeated 38-0 season, winning their fourth consecutive championship, and they extended their winning streak to 75 games. The Huskies now have an NCAA record 11 titles, all under head coach Gino Auriemma. Now it's time for our first commercial break. When we come back, The Rundown will bring you tennis and baseball highlights. So stay. Baseball season is officially underway as the first games were on Sunday afternoon. The very first game found the St. Louis Cardinals facing off against the Pittsburgh Pirates, the two teams with the best regular season records in the major leagues last year. NL Central rivals facing off on opening day. Francisco Liriano starting for the Pirates, cruising in the second as he strikes out Randall Grichuk swinging, also strikes out Steven Piscotty, and he gets Yadi Molina out the side as well to end the top of the second scoreless. Adam Wainwright would be on the mound for the Cardinals, his first start since April 25th, 2015. Liriano, with runners on the corners, gets the RBI base hit, which gives Pittsburgh a 1-0 lead. Then the sixth inning, Cardinals have the bases loaded, but Liriano gets Jed Jerko to ground out to end the threat. And then 3-0 in the bottom of the eighth, Jordy Mercer hits one into the gap in right center field to plate another run, and the Pirates are up 4-0. Cardinals kept playing hard in the ninth and had runners on second and third, but Matt Adams flies out to center to end the threat and the game as the Pirates win on opening day 4-1. The Cardinals also fell to the Pirates on Tuesday and Wednesday, starting the season 0-3 for the first time since 2007. However, St. Louis rookie Jeremy Hazelbaker hit his first career home run in Wednesday's loss. The Chicago Cubs have a lot of potential and are putting together a strong team with plenty of talent. They open their season at the Los Angeles Angels on Monday. Some great stars would really be battling it out in this game on opening day. This footage courtesy of MLB. In the top of the first inning, 2 outs with a runner on third, Anthony Rizzo hits an RBI single to put the Cubs on the board 1-0. Still 1-0 in the third, Ben Zobrist grabs a liner and turns it into an inning-ending double play with the out at first. Then Miguel Montero in the top of the sixth, with the Cubs already up 3-0, gets a 2-out, 2-run homer off Fernando Salas, and it's his first of the season, and the Cubs have a 5-0 lead. Jake Arrieta strikes out Mike Trout, then the great Albert Pujols strikes out as well, and he'll get Cole Calhoun to ground out to strand a runner to end the seventh, and the Cubs would go on to win big with a 9-0 final score. After the 9-0 win on Monday, the Cubs also won 6-1 on Tuesday. They head to Arizona tonight to try to continue their hot start as they play the Diamondbacks at 8:40 Central Time. On Sunday, it was a World Series rematch as the Royals faced the Mets. It's the first time ever that there's a World Series rematch on opening night, Kansas City had lots of festivities before the game, especially that one, raising the World Series championship banner as they would come into this game ready to play. Bottom of the first, Mike Moustakas is up to bat, facing Matt Harvey. It's a liner out to left field. It goes right to Cespedes, but he drops it as the Mets really struggled early in this game. The Royals were threatening after the Mets' mistakes. They had an error, and Hosmer will get it as you take a look at that again, and their defensive struggles especially. Hosmer will get it to sneak through the left side for a base hit as he's up to bat, and then Moustakas will run home to score on the RBI single by Hosmer coming up to bat. The RBI single there puts the Royals up, and as the Mets were having struggles in this game, Volquez pitched well as he strikes out the Mets, and then another strikeout in the second. He thought the pitch was too high, but it was called a strike, and Volquez just having a great game in this one. Then the Mets will ground it to third. It's a long throw, and on a bounce, it is in time. What a great play by Moustakas to end the threat with runners on. Then a ground ball to Hosmer will end the top of the sixth, and we'll head to the bottom of the sixth with a runner at third with 2 down and the Royals up to bat. Alex Gordon will be up to bat. It's a liner to center, and it's not handled as Alex Gordon coming up to bat will knock in a run, and he scores Kane to put the Royals up 3-0. They really came ahead early in this game, but the Mets weren't going away. They were down, but definitely not out. They would get the bases loaded in the top of the 8th with 1 out. The hit to left field drops and scores 2 runs for the Mets. Cespedes will head to third, and it's 4-2 now. With the tying run at second, Cabrera will strike out to end the threat. That was a really good chance for the Mets there, but they were struggling on the offensive side too. Only down 1 though. The Mets were back in the top of the 9th with runners on the corners and only down 1. David Wright strikes out, and the Mets are down to their last out. Cespedes up to bat, a very dangerous hitter, but he will strike out as well, and the Royals win 4-3 final score. After the close win by the Royals on Sunday, the Mets came back on Tuesday and won 2-0. They play Philadelphia this weekend. Now it's time for our last commercial break of the day. When we come back, we'll bring you soccer, hockey, and NBA action. So don't go away.
I am never getting married. Never. Guaranteed.
You picked a beautiful ring.
Thank you. We're never having kids.
I love it here.
We are never moving to the suburbs. We are never getting one of those. We're never having another kid.
I'm pregnant.
I'm never letting go.
For all the nevers in life, talk to State Farm agent Steve Bedford in Chatham. State Farm is there.
The NHL regular season is nearing the end, but there's still a lot of excitement before the playoffs, including the Blues as they played the Coyotes this week. The Blues were hosting the Coyotes, and with a win, St. Louis would move into a first-place tie in the Central Division. The Coyotes would actually strike first with a goal less than 5 minutes into the game, and they lead 1-0 to jump ahead in this one. Then another score for the Coyotes with 6:52 left in the first period, and the Coyotes are up 2-0, but the Blues would still try to come back, and they were definitely not out of this one yet. They like to come back, and they were trying to come back as they score on a power play. Pietrangelo finds the opening to Brower, and he gets it in to bring the Blues within one with 12:24 left in the second period as Brower gets the power play goal and his 18th goal of the season. Then this is when the Blues really started heating up in this game, and they kept coming forward later. Brodziak gets a breakaway, and he will take it in to score the shorthanded goal and tie the game early in the third. Still lots of time left in this, and anything could happen, but the Blues really coming forward offensively late in this game. Next up, Vladimir Tarasenko will be up for the Blues, and he scores to give the Blues the lead 3-2. What a great shot for him to add a goal for the Blues to give them the lead. And then Berglund will score a power play goal, and the Blues lead is up to 4-2. They really came back late in this game, increasing their offensive power as Berglund scores the goal there. Blues are up by 2, but they still want one more insurance run. How about that? So with under a minute to play, Brodziak scores again, his second of the night, as the Blues make a great comeback to win 5-2 at responding to the 2 goals from the Coyotes and not letting them score anymore. St. Louis is tied with the Stars for first place in the Central Division. They play former teammate TJ Oshie and the Capitals tomorrow night. The Blackhawks also played the Coyotes in a great offensive performance later this week. The Blackhawks would host the Coyotes as well, looking for a season sweep. Chicago has scored 11 goals in their last 2 games, nearly 4 per game in their last 5. In the first period, Richard Panik finds the goal to give the Hawks a 1-0 lead, getting their offense started early as well. Then Taves will get a breakaway, and he scores the shorthanded goal to bring the lead to 2-0 for the Blackhawks with 7:20 left in the first period. Then Panarin will give Kane the shot on the power play, and it's 3-0, lots of scoring in this game. With less than 8 minutes left in the second period, Taves will pass it out, and the Hawks are up to a 4-0 lead, a very strong and confident lead for them, but they're still not done yet. Andrew Ladd will score also on a power play for the Hawks with 5.5 minutes left in the second, and now it's 5-0. So they have a 5-goal lead, and they're really strong in this one. The Blackhawks will score one more to make it 6-1 early in the third, and Chicago achieves another 100-point season as the clock will run down, and for the 6th time in the last 8 years, they get the 100-point season, and they win 6-2 over the Coyotes to get the sweep. The Hawks play the Blue Jackets tomorrow at 6, as they are right behind the Blues and Stars in the standings. In the NBA, the top team, the Golden State Warriors, are looking to finish the season strong and break the record for the standings. They played the Minnesota Timberwolves on Tuesday in a surprising thriller. Ricky Rubio will make the smooth behind-the-back pass to Karl Anthony Towns as he makes it inside for the Wolves to get them started, but Steph Curry passes it to Green, and he'll take the bucket and the foul for the Warriors. They've been a really strong team on all sides this season. Green will pass it out, and Barnes makes the long-range shot for the Warriors. Warriors really stepping up early in this game. Curry throws it off, and the Warriors get another nice basket, really just dominating the Timberwolves at this point. Green ahead of the field throws it down too, but then the Timberwolves start to come back as Zach LaVine pushes his way through to go to the basket, and then Karl Anthony Towns will hit the outside shot too, and the Timberwolves still getting some energy back in this one. Muhammad will put it in, and the Timberwolves are getting some momentum in this game. Definitely not out of it yet. The Timberwolves were showing up on defense too, as they made a great block there, and then Rubio will pass to Wiggins for 2. Steph Curry had a bit of a drought early in this game, but he will take it away, showing his defensive skills, and he makes the 3 for his first field goal of the game. Then the Warriors picking it up again, they'll go for another 3. They missed it, but Green puts it back in. Warriors still winning in this one. Wiggins is found open for another 3, and he nails it. Timberwolves not going away, and it's kind of a surprise. Wiggins will take it inside for the throwdown. All a Wiggins show tonight for the Timberwolves. Minnesota pulls within 8, but Curry drains the shot to increase the lead for the Warriors. Then Wiggins again, really stepping up in this game. He waits, then he will take the shot to keep the Wolves in the game as they just kept coming back. LaVine will make a three with 3:17 left in regulation, and the Warriors' lead is down to 2. Wiggins will make the nice spin move, and he rolls it off to tie the game, and suddenly we're headed to overtime. Golden State is an undefeated 6-0 run in overtime of play. Minnesota only 3-3, but they weren't playing like it, as Wiggins again will go for the shot and Towns tips it in. Then Wiggins again will get a 3, and Towns has a great performance as he adds 2. He had 17 points and 11 rebounds for the Timberwolves. The Timberwolves were stepping up late in this game and in overtime, really coming in clutch. Towns again will find his way to the bucket, and the 26-52 Timberwolves shock the Warriors as they win 124-117 in overtime. The Timberwolves have one of the worst records in the NBA, but they were able to take down the top Golden State Warriors. The NBA regular season is just about over as the Warriors, despite the loss, will get ready for the playoffs. That's it for this episode of The Rundown. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at @TheRundownGCNN and let us know your favorite teams to put on the show. Also, make sure to tune in next week for a new episode of The Rush with Glenwood Springs Sports. Thanks for watching and see you next time.